And I don't know what else we can say about the season that Cal Raleigh's put together. It's amazing.
Yeah, Dom Canzone had a game that only one other Mariner player had in the history of the franchise. 3 homers, 5 hits, Mickey Brantley. But Cal did something that only 2 players, Ken Griffey Jr. and Mickey Mantle, like Mickey Mantle versus Mickey Brantley, it's absurd. Honestly, I can't, and the single best part is how it happened. He takes the pitch off the throat, the bounce ball off the throat, just pissed off to all end. And I think initially he was mad at Logan, but he was more mad at himself. Like he said afterwards, no, it's my fault. I got to keep my head down. But he had like this huge welt. So it wasn't just like on his throat, it was on his collarbone, like this huge welt with some seams here. And he was just angry, and then goes out and hits a home run. And then the next pitch next time up hits another home run. I mean, and like Dan Wilson, without like coming out and saying why Cal Raleigh should be MVP, use that to kind of highlight it. Here's this guy that takes one off the throat, whatever, comes back out, hits another homer, then catches the rest of the game. Not to mention he had a double in his first at bat. I mean, like it just kind of encapsulates like all the reasons why people think Cal Raleigh should be the MVP right there. Just like the beating he takes and the production he provides.
What do you think the odds are? I mean, you talked to a lot of these baseball people around the country. What the odds that he wins it?
I'd say it's about 50-50, whereas before I thought it was maybe 60-40 Judge or even 70-30. I do think that Judge will get the 2 New York votes regardless. Just like Cal will get the 2 Seattle votes. I mean, I have a MVP vote. I think we'd know who I would vote for because, like, I see it every day.
Yeah.
If there was a catcher in New York putting up the numbers that Cal Raleigh was putting up, I would vote for that catcher. Then again, if there was a catcher in New York putting up the numbers that Cal Raleigh's putting up, they'd be writing books and songs about him right now. They'd be getting his plaque ready for Cooperstown.
You know what's interesting? I don't think you say it's 50-50 and you know what? You're probably right. I think we're up here and we're so tucked away from everything that I think we maybe discount maybe what others across the country think about particular players in this area. And maybe don't give his season or anyone's season that's putting, something historic like this, maybe quite in the perspective from a national point of view. I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to win it. I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be by more votes than people realize.
I could see that. I mean, I do think he's become a national story. He was a national story at before the All-Star game, like talking with Alex Mayer, who works for the Mariners. He was kind of like the body man for Cal during all the media crush. He was the biggest story of the All-Star game, and that was leading up to the home run derby. It wasn't even just, and then afterwards you look at all the stuff, it led SportsCenter last night. It was on, he was top section of SportsCenter. I think, and I do think that the writers in Houston, Texas, Anaheim, Oakland, that see him more often, I think have a better gauge for how good he is. But I do think the concept of a catcher doing this, and most baseball writers know the physical beating that catchers take and the amount of times he's catching and what he's doing for this franchise. I think they understand it. Even as good as Judge's numbers are offensively, he's essentially playing DH more often now than anything in the last month of the season, some outfield. I think there is a recognition that the totality of what he's done for Cal is pretty high. The thing is it's how do you view the most valuable player award? Because it's so nebulous, the description. It's not the best offensive player.
Sure.
And how do you merit value? Do you put into stock the team aspect of it all?
Yeah.
Does making the postseason matter in your value? I mean, honestly, for either guy, if you take them off their team, they're not a good team. But I mean, the Mariners, if you don't have Cal Raleigh, let's say you were rolling out Mitch Garver as your primary, Harry Ford as your backup, or Blake Hunt as your backup, where are they at as a team right now? I think, that's the whole difference of replacement level versus replacement level versus what you're getting, and I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of people out here who feel he's going to get screwed over because of Judge, where he plays, the media, and all that. You and I both watched MLB Network probably way too much than we should. I mean, the last few days, it's the top story not only on their MLB Network Central show, the Brian Kenny show right afterwards, although they have to take a New York slant to it because God forbid anyone mentions Cal Raleigh's name in the same sentence as Mickey Mantle, because then everyone gets offended by it. But the point is, you're starting off these national shows with him. And I mean, long segments about him. So I think he's going to win it. And I think we're going to look at the voting and go, oh, that wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be. But
so in like, for people that don't know, every MLB city has 2 writers, or American League city. So like there's 30 MLB cities there. But like the 15 American League markets, they vote. You have 2 writers vote. So it's not everybody in the BBWA. It's 2 writers from each of the 15 American League markets. They vote. You vote on 10 guys, in order, and then it's weighted. And obviously first place votes have the highest. So, I mean, like you would hope when it comes to voting in the MVP, that the people that have this privilege to do it take it pretty seriously.
Sure. Who is the other voter besides you?
I don't remember now. It might be Kramer. Or no.
Daniel Kramer of MLB.com.
No, it might be Tim Booth. So it used to be, because like I choose who votes for what, but I do it before the season starts. I usually, if I voted MVP one year, then I vote Cy Young the next. And like I usually work opposite of Daniel, who's the other guy that's there.
So you get to pick both.
No. I mean, we technically could, but I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
So I split it up. So, in past years when Larry had a vote, Larry and I were usually one or on the same, and then like Daniel or Greg Johns, whoever the MLB writer was, plus somebody else, Corey Brock, I think one year, or one of our other columnists maybe. So I don't remember exactly. I think it's me and Tim Booth have the MVP. I'm not certain though. And then like I think Adam Jude and Kramer have Cy Young, and then we have 2 other people vote Rookie of the Year, 2 other people vote Manager of the Year.
Okay.